Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, Rogers Reads. I'm Megan. Today I'm going to be talking about recent and current reads. So I'm just going to get right into it. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is a middle grade novel called Zinnia and the Bees by Danielle Davis. This was sent to me for review as part of the Kid Lit exchange. You can check them out on Instagram if you're interested in finding out more on how to review for them, or if you are an author and are interested in having your book reviewed, that's where to find them, Kidlit Exchange, and I will link their Instagram down below. So anyway, this is a middle grade novel, as I said, about Zinnia, who is just starting her summer vacation. Her older brother has vanished. She's having issues with her mom. She's made a new friend. And her big problem is that a swarm of bees has decided to make a home in her hair. So let me talk about what I liked about this book. I liked the friendship that Zinnia made in this book. Thought it was a good, supportive friendship. Definitely had funny moments that I enjoyed. I felt like this is basically very sloppy storytelling. You know, I can handle silliness in a middle grade book. But the whole storyline was really far-fetched. I didn't feel it was believable as a magical realism. If that's what it was going for, I'm not sure, but I just thought it was very strange. Mother was just like absent, and it was supposedly because she was a dentist, and she was just busy with her practice, and I felt like the resolution at the end that was supposed to explain and make Zinnia and her mother's relationship all better was too little too late. I felt like the relationship was very neglectful the whole way through. And then this one little conversation was supposed to fix their whole relationship. I found it to be a really terrible example of parenting and family relationships. And there is a possible female-female relationship in this book. Zinnia's aunt. I'm not sure, because they never say, like, her girlfriend or her partner, but it does not present it as, like, definitely a female-female relationship. I don't really know if the way it's presented could be taken as a positive, like, okay, they're dating, they're having a dating relationship, but it's not going into huge detail. It's just like an accepted thing, and like that's okay, and that's great, or if the fact that they don't really identify clearly what it is, if that's a negative. So I'd love to hear thoughts on that. Yeah, I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. It wasn't like there was nothing terrible, or I wouldn't stop my kids from reading it. I just thought it was sloppy writing. I didn't think the plot was all that great. I read I Hate Everyone But You by Gabby Dunn and Allison Raskin. They are YouTubers and best friends, and they wrote this book together, which is about Jen and Allie. They are, is it Allie? No, it's Ava. Jen and Ava are the characters. Obviously, Jen, Gabby, Allison, Ava. I guess there's a connection there, but I've never watched their channel, so I have no idea what they are actually like. So this is told completely in texts and emails. It is following these best friends in their first year of college on opposite coasts. It's kind of just them learning to learning how to adjust their friendship and continue their friendship across the miles and as their lives are changing and they're going through different things. And I gave this, I think, 3 or 3.5 stars as well. I thought this was a really, really good anxiety rep, like a realistic representation of a friendship where one person comes out and the other person doesn't really know how to adjust her language, to be respectful, that kind of. There's things going on, but I mean, it's really a character-driven story, and it just dragged a lot at some points. And the whole story being told in text and email just is not like a new, exciting thing for me anymore, because I've read a lot of books like that. So, you know, it was an okay book. It was a fun read. And like I said, I really enjoyed the anxiety rep as someone that does deal with anxiety. I thought the anxiety representation was stellar. It just wasn't like any huge life-changing thing for me personally. But I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it for anyone that is into like college age. So I guess it's being marketed as YA. I would say it's also NA, new adult. So yeah, I recommend it if you are just looking for something fun and light. And next, I read Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker. This came out last month. This is about 15-year-old Cass and 17-year-old Emma. They are sisters. They disappeared one night 3 years ago, and then in present time in the book, Cass returns, and everyone's trying to figure out where she went, where's Emma, what happened, you know, that kind of thing. And Cass is telling the story, and it's very extremely detailed. And at first, I felt like I just was not going to enjoy this, because it just seemed so, her story that she was telling just seemed so completely unbelievable. She was just so exact in her storytelling. So it did take me about 75 to 85 pages to get going. But I'm so glad I stuck it out, because it was really good. If you're at all interested in psychology, human psychology, abnormal psychology, I definitely recommend this. The payoff at the end was amazing. I had some things figured out, some things I didn't have figured out. So it definitely surprised me, and the writing is just beautiful. The way that Wendy Walker explains the relationships and everything in this book, I really, really enjoyed it. I believe I gave it 4.5 stars. If you're looking for something to read this fall that's kind of not spooky, but suspenseful and like keeps you wondering and guessing what's gonna happen, yeah, this is a great one that I suggest you pick up. Next, I received Finding My Badass Self, A Year of Truths and Dares by Sherry Stanfa Stanley from Booksparks for a pop-up blog tour. This is the author's true story of something she called the 52 in 52 project. She turned 52 years old, and she gave herself 52 challenges to complete in a year. Different things that she had avoided doing or never considered doing, kind of like first experiences. She called it her unbucket list. So this really read like a series of blog posts or a series of Facebook posts, which I think it sort of was. When she started this project for herself, she started a Facebook page, and so I think she kind of took from her posts and maybe expanded upon some of them. Each chapter ranges from about 2 pages to maybe 6 or 7 or 8 pages. I'd say my least favorite was the chapter on her getting her colonoscopy, which wouldn't have been so bad, except the whole story was basically just 2 pages of shit and toilet puns. And I'm just not that into puns. It was funny for a paragraph. But there were many chapters in here I really enjoyed. Some of my favorites were the chapter on going into a sex shop was fun. The chapter on being hypnotized and having a past life regression was pretty interesting. Chapters on online dating. The chapter on getting a full wax or Brazilian wax. That was funny. Last chapter is on a hot air balloon ride, and I really enjoyed that one. I think I ended up giving it like a 3.75 or a 4, because it was inspiring, and a reminder to enjoy your life now, try new things. It was funny. She's really funny. So I did enjoy it. It was a fun read, and because of the way that it was told, it's the kind of book that you could read a chapter a day, so read it really slowly and like maybe just something to read in the morning or the evening to start your day out or end your day out on some laughter, or you could, read through it really quickly because it's just light and easy. So now on to what I'm currently reading. You'll see that I am still working on Hunger by Roxane Gay. Like I said before, I am purposely reading this very slowly, relevant to my life, and I am chopping it up pretty good. And I am currently on page 140, so I'm moving along about halfway through, and I'm doing a lot of underlining, and Roxane Gay is like my hero. She's just amazing. I wish she knew how amazing she is, and what a difference she is making. But yeah, it's a really good book. I don't know what else to say. Definitely check it out. I've been reading Night Film by Marisha Pessel with Tori at That Cozy Book Nook. I am about 75 pages in. I've been reading it slowly. I don't know. I feel like anytime I am not reading like a book every 2 days, I feel like I'm reading slowly. So that's how I feel about the last week or so, is I've been reading slowly. I think it's more that I've just been busy doing other things and trying to read several books at a time. But so far, I really am enjoying the atmosphere of this book. The sections that are like websites and web articles and transcripts are really realistic, and it just has a very detective-y noir feel to it. The detective, he's not a detective, he's an investigative journalist. The character is so far pretty unlikable, but I'm still really enjoying the feeling of this book. So I'm hoping that I will be able to catch up, because Tori's a little bit ahead of me, and get into the story a little more. And next, I've been working on The Perfect Girl by Gilly Macmillan. This is the first book buddy read for Lisa at Books and Smiles, her buddy reading group. It's a thriller, suspense. I don't really know how to explain this book, and I'm not going to try. There's a lot of characters, and I actually, for the very first time, I learned my lesson with Into the Water. I have made myself a character chart or a character map, trying to show who everyone is and how they're related and like what is important about them. And so far, I'm liking it. I'm a little. I haven't gotten very far. I think I'm right around 106 pages, and I'd say it's interesting, and I'm confused just because there's a lot of people, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on at this point. I'm hoping it starts to come together soon. I've heard great things about it, so yeah, hopefully this is going to have a very rewarding ending. Yeah, so that is where I am right now, reading wise. And if you aren't already subscribed, I hope that you will subscribe. Click the little bell so that you'll get notifications regularly. And let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think, if you want to read them, if you want to check them out now. Yeah, I'd love to chat, so definitely chat. And also my social media are all linked below. So I'd love to see you on Twitter or Instagram or wherever. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.